Fellas, I know approaching women can feel scary and intimidating, right? Your armpits start sweating, your heart starts beating quick, but guys, it doesn't have to be, okay? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to approach women with confidence, even if you're nervous. Whether you're shy or just out of practice, I'll show you the mindset shift that will allow you to put yourself out there and start these conversations effortlessly. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and I'm a social and dating skills coach, allowing you to become that most confident version of yourself, especially when it comes to attracting women. Most guys feel nervous, they're scared, they're in their heads, they overthink the situation, and they're worried about potentially being rejected. They don't want it to come off as awkward or creepy. There's all these thoughts going through guys' minds. And now these feelings are totally normal, but they can hold you back from actually having genuine natural interactions with women. But what if I told you that you can actually use this fear to your advantage as opposed to letting it take advantage of you? Guys, nervousness isn't something to be ashamed of, okay? Neither is erectile dysfunction. But I've been doing this for over 10 years and shh, don't tell anyone, but I still do get nervous approaching women. It's just a natural part of the process, okay? But what separates successful people is that they just know how to manage the nervousness better. Think about fighters stepping into the cage. Every interview I've heard with a champion, they say that they still get nervous, but they channel that nervousness in the right direction, into their performance. And similarly, you can use that same nervousness to channel that into your approach. I love this saying, I can't remember who said this, maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below, but I think of this all the time, right? The difference between being nervous and excited is a couple deep breaths. That's really it. It's virtually the same feeling. Embrace your nervousness to improve your interactions, right? It shows that authentic you, right? Stop trying to cover it up or hide it. Just own it. So now that you've tackled how to use nervousness to your advantage, let's dive into some actionable strategies so that you can start to approach women with confidence. And whether you're nervous or out of practice, these strategies will help you start conversations in a more natural and authentic way. So here's the key mindset. This is what changed everything for me. When you're in these interactions, stop thinking about how you're coming across and start focusing on the interaction itself. Approach women with the goal of understanding who they are as opposed to trying to impress them. This will help you stay present and reduce all this pressure on yourself, right? If you have trouble doing this, practice meditating, practice walking around with your phone in your goddamn pocket and just observing the situation that you're in and your surroundings. Snap yourself back into the present moment as you're doing the most mundane tasks like wiping your ass and brushing your teeth. Implementing this daily is going to help you stay in the present. When you're genuinely interested in actually getting to know someone, that confidence is going to start to flow naturally. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I like your facial expressions. They're very like animated.
Do I know you?
No, not yet. Devin.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. The suitcase caught my eye, and then you caught my eye.
Okay.
And then both caught my eye simultaneously. Okay, so easier said than done, right? What can you guys actually do to get out there and to start working on this muscle, to start getting more confident? Number one, practice, right? It's obvious, but just start striking up conversations with the barista or the receptionist at your gym. Start being that social guy. What you're gonna start to realize is that people actually wanna be talked to. They wanna be heard, they wanna be acknowledged just like you do. And the more you practice this stuff, the more confident you're gonna become with it, right? It's like anything. And remember, fellas, just like I told you, right? Even with years of experience, I still get nervous with this. It's not about trying to eliminate nervousness. It's about learning how you can use that nervousness to your advantage. Embrace it as part of the excitement. Know it's there and move on. You're gonna have more confidence if you know what to say, right? That's a big problem for a lot of guys. So have some canned openers ready to rock. These should feel natural, right? Don't just copy and paste some other guy you saw online and try to replicate that same line that he used, right? You can actually tactically and strategically think ahead on this. If you're at the grocery store, you could ask her about a particular type of food, right? She's in the organic banana section. Tell her that you think apples are better, or whatever you actually like, inject that into the conversation. Or you could just ask her for a recommendation on something. She's shopping for chips. You ask her if she likes those chips as opposed to the chips that you always have, right? Like, it's very simple. She's at the cafe. You ask her why she chose the caramel frappuccino as opposed to insert coffee that you like. If you guys want an exact line, you can just go up and say, hey, you caught my eye and wanted to come up and say, hi, what's your name? What's your background? I realize that some of you may still struggle with building that confidence to actually get out there, or maybe you just want to know what to say. If that's the case, just hit the link in my description below. We'll hop on a free call. I'll give you a tailored roadmap. We'll look at what's holding you back. and then we'll figure out how we can get you the results that you're looking for here. Knowing your environment and making an observation or just commentating on something you see is going to give you a lot of success because it allows you to tailor that opener for what's actually going on so that it doesn't come off as scripted or premeditated. Right? You don't want to come off as you're reading off a script when you're talking to a girl. It's going to be more relevant, and as a result, she's going to want to engage more because you guys are now involved in that situation together. Focus on what she's actually saying. Eliminate distractions. It's going to allow you to respond more naturally. Guys, just realize not every conversation is going to flow smoothly, right? I still go up to people all the time. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and sometimes it's still awkward. Sometimes people just don't vibe. Whatever. There's 3.5 billion people out there. There's over 7 billion people on this beautiful earth we live on. Why do you care so much what others think? This is something that I've been drilling in my mind every single day. Eventually, we're gonna be ashes on somebody's mantle next to somebody's Little League baseball trophies, okay? So just know that it's like what you do right now, how people perceive you, it's not gonna matter, okay? Why would you let somebody's perception of you affect you? Somebody that wouldn't even be at your funeral affect you. When you approach women with confidence, even if you're a little nervous, it's the best possible scenario because it's going to allow these conversations to flow a little more naturally, right? Even if you go up to a girl, you're still separating yourself from 99% of other guys out there, right? So you already get that competitive advantage right away because most guys are too much of a to even do it, right? They talk themselves out of it right away. You'll find that by doing this, your conversations are more relaxed and you'll be able to build rapport right away when you're not focused on how you're coming off. Plus, being genuine and showing real interest is attractive in itself, right? How many conversations do you have with people where you can tell they're not even really listening to what you're saying? They're just waiting on their chance to talk, right? Probably all the time. How does that make you feel? Right? This is how girls feel all the time. When guys go up and approach them, they're just trying to think of the best thing to say, think of moments to talk about themselves, and they're not even really paying attention to what the girl's saying. So here's how you avoid potential pitfalls. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. The goal isn't to get her number or to go on a date or to get laid, right? It's just to start a conversation and see where it goes. Personalized, genuine conversations is better than scripting things, right? Having a couple canned openers or ways to start conversations will allow you to feel more confident, but just allow these conversations to unfold naturally by practicing being present and listening to what the girl's saying. And just be prepared for rejection or awkwardness, right?
Sorry, I'm worthless.
It's not always gonna go in your favor. Whether you're 500 pounds and bedridden or Leonardo DiCaprio, everybody gets rejected. It's part of the game. Once you can accept that, just know that that's when the real fun begins, when you can truly be yourself in conversations and not give a fuck whether the girl likes you or not. So guys, get out there and put these tips into practice, okay? Relax, be yourself, take the pressure off. It shouldn't feel like pulling teeth. And let me know in the comments how this has affected your interactions with people and women overall.